and welcome to CIO News. This is Afreen Khan, your host for the broadcast and head of operations at CIO News. I have along with me Mr. Fal Ghancha, who is the Chief Information Security Officer at DSP Investment Managers. Welcome, Mr. Ghancha.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Ghancha, we've seen that BFSI industry has taken a substantial shift. The way it used to work traditionally, it has now revolutionized, and probably it's more of a tech savvy industry. There's an increased adoption of technology across the different functions and across different subdomains also. So, how do you think the fintech has revolutionized? If we have to particularly talk about fintech, how do you think fintech has revolutionized the BFSI industry?
Sure. I think it's a demand and supply cycle, right? So nowadays, let's say if you see after COVID era, everything is digitalized, right? Thanks to all our government and all the fintech companies, payments like digital payments and everything is so smooth that the idea is people can use that with convenience. B, with the fintech world coming into the picture, like mutual fund selling or let's say stock broking or stock market or security transaction are so easy to make. Third, the customer experience also increases, right? Thanks to all the channels like WhatsApp or bots or so, you get your help done say within seconds, right? So
Yes.
A, the technology has evolved to help customers. B, the technology has also evolved to the next generation level, like UPI payments and so. Uh, it's convenience more than anything else. B, since we have all the integration with all the ecosystem of the digital space, cybersecurity concerns are also increased, right?
True.
Because
Yes.
earlier the perimeter used to be like a building. Now the perimeter is across the world because technically you're talking to all the digital banks, you're also talking to all the digital worlds. Nowadays you can buy insurance through the official website, plus you can buy insurance through Paytms or phone pays of the world. Now imagine all this integration, the accountability is also blur, right?
Yes.
Let's say
Yes.
a customer coming from one interface going to the other interface, the person is actually doing payment through first party, and the actual consumer or probably consuming that particular, let's say someone is buying insurance, the insurance company is actually issuing the policy
The
certificate and
policies.
everything. Now
Yes.
imagine accountability shifts from one platform to other platform to one company to other company, and this ecosystem is so open. It's an API based approach, right?
Yes.
That's why the cybersecurity challenges are increased. First we have challenges of the accountability. That let's say if something happens, right, and because we have huge millions of transactions every day, the actual issue occurs, right, and cyber criminals are also that growing that fast. Now imagine a situation where there is an issue and we'll have to backtrack the issue with all the ecosystem. Earlier it used to be one platform or one
Platform.
system or one
Yes.
company.
Yes.
Now there are like 5 people involved and it will like finger pointing, right? This is not my issue, someone else's issue.
Yes. Yes.
So this is the real problem of today with the digital ecosystem integrated.
Yes, and yes, as you rightly mentioned, yes, with the expansion and also the increased adoption of technology came the increased risks as well. And
Absolutely.
plus the accountability factor, particularly as to who needs to be held accountable at what point in time, because there are so many stakeholders involved in a single transaction, from the user to the bank to the app to the transaction. And yes, of course, so there is a shared responsibility, but accountability is always blurred.
Absolutely.
But from the consumer perspective, if we have to talk about it, and anything in particular, when we look at it from the fintech's perspective, you think there is anything in particular that the fintech industry should actually focus upon when it comes to this increased responsibility and the accountability factor?
So I think it's a trend. I would put it in the other way. So digital team in any organization wants to launch their product very very fast, right? So let's say today there is a concept of buying anything on WhatsApp. They want to integrate very next day.
Yes.
But imagine the situation of integrating your ecosystem with the dynamic technologies what WhatsApp is using. I mean the organization's technology is not that fast integratable, right? You'll have to go through a lot of steps. Now imagine A, you'll have to integrate. B, you'll have to identify the gaps or issue around it. Now imagine, let's say, organization wants to integrate with ChatGPT. It's a new
Yes.
world, right?
Yes.
Now, how do you ensure that the security controls are very well taken care
Care
of?
of.
They are so dynamic. ChatGPT, I guess, was launched about 6 months back, and now other than consumers, even organization wants to integrate with all the NLPs of the world.
True.
That's where the cybersecurity challenges are increasing. A, organization will have to spend more on understanding the cybersecurity risk. B, they'll have to also accept the fact that cybersecurity assessments are point of time assessments. Let's say today if you do a full body checkup of your health, did not happen that let's say after a month you will not get any disease,
True.
because you keep on changing your behavior, your
Correct.
way of your food appetite, your exercise cycle, everything is keeps on changing every day
Changing.
based on your lifestyle.
Yes, yes.
The same scenario also happens in the cybersecurity world or
Correct.
the digital world, where your organization keeps on changing your ecosystem so fast that to cope up that is a catch 22 situation. Either they will go fast or you will
Mhm.
just cope up with them.
Correct, and it is a journey.
It is a
It's
journey.
it's not like a 1 day activity or a 5 months activity. Even no matter how how many systems or how advanced high tech systems you've introduced on the cybersecurity front, there'll have to be constant updates. You need to
Absolutely.
look into it continuously because it's said that the way the cybersecurity piece is developing, even attackers are developing.
Absolutely. They are way ahead
Yes.
than us.
True that, true that.
Hmm.
So thank you so much for your inputs, Mr. Ghancha, there. And you're here at the All Things BFSI Summit organized by CIO News. So how has been your experience, and what would be your key takeaways if I have to ask you?
So I think the experience with Cianos is very good. The way they handle and curated the entire journey of full day, starting from the individual session to panels. I think recommendable work has been done. I'm sure there will be a lot of nights kept. You had to work a lot, to come to stage. B, I'm also very happy to meet a lot of industry experts, specifically into my segment, where I get to know a lot of things or a lot of understanding from them. Right. So while you talk over coffee or lunch with someone, you get to know a lot of insights. So
Correct.
I would say that CIO News is doing great job while taking all the expert into under one roof. B, I also, so the industry also takes a lot of benefit for the collaboration kind of stuff.
True, true. So yes, I'm happy to hear that you're having a good and a fruitful day as well.
Absolutely,
Yes,
I'm enjoying so far.
and just to conclude our session, one last question to you. So we see that there are a lot of technology trends coming up. So what, according to you, would be the next technology trends that will actually come up in the BFSI and fintech industry in the coming years?
I think this has been talked in all the forums and everywhere, and everyone is trying to use the ML and AI kind of ecosystem. What I see is how uh, the humans are accepting all this machine learning and AI. Right? It's very easy to say that I've created a bot, but what's the acceptance from the customer side is very very important. Right?
True.
So let's say customer is very familiar with WhatsApp kind of communication, and if you give them the same interface,
Hmm.
that is something which is very very exciting technology which we are developing nowadays.
So it's more about relatable experience. It's more about a
Absolutely.
user friendly experience, because at the end of the day we have so many platforms, so many applications. How
Yeah,
convenience,
the
what type of
customer is
convenience?
bombarded with all these things, right? So
Correct,
I think
correct.
convenience is the best thing what is happening today's world.
Great, great. Thank you so much, Mr. Ghancha. It was really, really nice talking to you, sir.
Thank you for
And
hosting me. It was really pleasure talking to you.
thank
Thank
you,
you.
sir. Thank you.